Hey everyone, so let's chat. Today, what came up in my newsfeed today? Witcher apparently is going to be remade, redone. I don't know though if it's going to be redone for the PC, maybe just consoles. I'm not, who knows, right? It's anyone's guess at this point. I started actually playing Witcher, but heard about maybe a remake coming up and I decided to stop. I was probably 10 plus hours into it, and I decided to stop at that point. And because actually at that point I had so many games to play that it didn't matter to me whether I was playing it or not. I just wanted to something else. But how many of you guys have played Witcher? How many maybe are waiting, like myself, to play it when it's redone? You know what I'm playing now that's been redone is Mass Effect. I never did play that game, and I think it was for, I think less than $20 anyway. It was the Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And from what I hear, it's the best of the series. Mass Effect 4 is, well, from the reviews, it doesn't seem to be that great. Although I did purchase that one as well. Hopefully I'll get through it. So I finished Mass Effect 1, and despite it being released way back, it's good. It's, it was playable, but they did a good job remaking it overall. Visuals were okay, the gameplay was okay, the targeting, shooting was okay and stuff. Mass Effect 2, which I'm playing now, is a little better, graphics and gameplay overall. And I hear that Mass Effect 3 is even better than that, so I'm looking forward to that. I just got to try to make my way through the second one. And then the third one, and then the fourth one, I guess. So that's going to take me months to get through. Aside from all the other stuff that I'm doing, it takes time. And after that, I probably will pull the trigger on getting the latest sniper game, Sniper Elite 5. If you haven't played Sniper Elite 4, play it, get it, and you can probably pick it up for cheap. It might be like $10, $15. It's one of the best sniper games that's out there. It's just astounding. Graphics are excellent. The gameplay is excellent. The visuals are crazy when you shoot someone in the head or in the chest or the legs or the balls, for example. And they have, they also have a whole bunch of stuff that you can buy as DLCs, but they're cheap as dirt now. They're like $1 or something or $2. There's a map with Hitler in it. I picked up a bunch of DLCs for it, but they were only like, I don't know, 50 at the time. They were like 50 cents, $1. So I just, picked a few up and enjoyed myself. I probably spent 60, 70 hours in that game. I was going to go back and play some more of it, but because to kind of get prepped for Sniper Elite 5, but I decided not to. I figured I'd spend my time more productively and I'd go back in and revisit that game. But I thought Sniper Elite 4 was just an incredible game. So actually this weekend coming up here in Canada is Victoria Day, celebrating Queen Victoria. Ah yes, the monarchies, the rich people of the world. Not sure exactly what we're doing, still celebrating these people, but I guess that's the way it goes. So I don't really have too much planned this weekend, just visit a friend, and that's about it. I'm not doing it. Oh, maybe have steaks and tonight. Yeah, tonight's Friday, so tonight's my cheating night. I'm going to do some cheating tonight. I'm going to have a can of beer. Nice tall can of beer. And who knows what else? I don't know. I might pick up something tonight. Not sure what. I feel like since it's cheat night. Oh, and by the way, I have 1 beer a week. If I'm very adventurous, I have 2. So I'm not a big drinker. And wine-wise, I like red wine. So if you ever want to send me something, send me a bottle of California Pinot, and I'll love you forever. I love Pinot Noir. Delicious. Very, very good. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything planned? Any special, maybe you've already planned like 6 months ago for this. A lot of people going camping and stuff this weekend. I was planning on actually going out kayaking a little bit, but while today it's starting to warm up here, I think it's 23 degrees I'm showing now, but the humidity now is extremely high. It's probably over 30 here. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I think it's supposed to be thunder and lightning, maybe because of all this heat we're getting today. So I will not be doing any kayaking if it's that kind of weather. Do not want to be on the water if it's obviously if there's a threat of lightning. Rain? Yeah, it's not great when it's raining. I've been out in the kayak before when it's raining, and believe me, it's not great. But because the kayak that I have is a 10-footer, it's just an open, just a basic kayak overall. Something you throw on your shoulder, and you can walk like maybe a quarter of a mile with it. I also have wheels that I use as well if I want to drag it any further than that. But it's a very small, lightweight. I think it's 35 pounds. So it's a very lightweight kayak. And, if you hit something like a rock or whatever, you don't care so much about it. It's just an inexpensive kayak, which is kind of, I was thinking at the beginning getting something more expensive, but I decided against it because I figured, it would be, like, this is something else too. I think it would be too expensive, and I would, treat it more like a China cup than a kayak. I was thinking about getting a carbon fiber paddle, and I have not. I almost pulled the trigger on it, but I did it not because if you're a kayaker and you're kayaking in shallow rivers or whatever, you use your paddle, which you shouldn't be doing, to be honest, but sometimes you have no choice. You use it to push off, right? So if you get stuck in something, you use it to push off. Maybe it's on rocks, or maybe it's on sand, or whatever surface you're pushing off on. You certainly can damage the edges of the carbon fiber paddles. They're lightweight. That was why I was going to get one, because they're super lightweight. But I decided, I'm not going to spend $300 or $400 on a paddle, and that's super lightweight, and then have it, crack up and split up. So I didn't bother with it. I'm like, what's the point in doing that? But it's nice to have a light paddle because you can go for, 33%, 50% longer trips. And the other thing I was thinking about doing was getting like a motor for it, but I would have had to jerry rig it and stuff. So I didn't bother with that either. So just have short runs, go out for an hour or 3. It doesn't, whatever the day kind of throws at me. I usually pack a lunch with me and go. And that's normally what I do in my days off, my days that I don't have anything else going on. I normally go out and do that, or hiking, or mountain biking. Or, of course, how could I forget, now I'll be able to go out scootering, which is something that I'd recommend anyone to get as an e-scooter. I was going to get an e-bike, electronic bike, but I didn't because I have a mountain bike already, so I don't really want another bike. So a scooter, the great thing about it is that you can throw it in the back of your vehicle. It could be a small little car for that matter. I have an SUV, so it's even easier. You just open the hatch in the back and throw it in and go. Take it out, go, repeat. Like, it's so simple. if I was to get an e-bike, I would probably get a folding one, and there's some amazing folding ones out there now. Not like you think about folding bikes 3 or 4 years ago. They are now just exceptional. They don't even actually look like folding bikes. They're a little smaller overall. I think the wheel sizes are smaller and stuff on them. But the great thing about it is that you don't need to carry a bike rack with you and stuff. You just throw it in the back, and again, it's pretty easy. And some of them fold up fairly small, even the higher end ones, and you can fit them in a regular size truck or small hatchback or something like that. So, and gas prices the way they are now, that's going to come in even quicker. I mean, if gas prices stay where they are right now and inflation goes up to where it's going, I mean, we're looking at an absolute total economic collapse. I don't know if any of you out there are old enough to remember who are watching the 80s, but remember back in the 80s, I think mortgage rates were anywhere from 8 to 12%, probably higher in some provinces. So can you even imagine if you've bought a house now for, let's just say, conservatively, I think the average cost here in this area in southern Ontario is probably, what, $800 to $1 million now? Can you imagine if you just bought a house and mortgaged that kind of payment? I know one guy in particular, and he is working 2 jobs. His wife is working 2 jobs. His son, I believe, is working 2 jobs, and they have a renter. And they bought a $1.8 million house. Their mortgage every month is $6,000, and they probably have a $10,000 a year property tax bill. So with them having 6 jobs and a renter, they can just afford to get this place. And my question to him was, well, what about the interest rates go up? What about something happens? I mean, we got interest rates going up now. We've got inflation. We've got gas prices going up. We've got a war that could escalate, to something extremely serious. And if that happens, for sure, it's 100% sure there will be a collapse. But let's hope not, right? Let's hope that everything kind of starts to go back on track. But it's like everything, right? It works in cycles. It's good for a little while and great, and then it tends to crash. That's just like a cycle of life. But let's everyone keep our fingers crossed. So I hope everyone you have a great weekend, a long weekend, and I will see you probably see you on the flip side. I'm not sure. Probably will post a few videos here and there, just to have something to do. I'm actually enjoying this.